You're tuned in to My 95.1 Sports Zone, the podcast for students by students. We're bringing you the latest highlights, hot takes, and behind-the-scenes stories from all things sports right here from the Killeen ISD Career Center. From Friday Night Lights to buzzer beaters and everything in between. If it's KISD Sports, we're talking about it. Let's dive in.
It's been a minute, man. There's been a lot of basketball played and a lot of things. We're in district play now. District 12 6A has kicked off already, but we're going to start off here with the game Brandon saw, Chaparral versus Harker Heights.
Yes, bro. I was at that game. That game was very, very interesting. Like, for Chaparral, I saw two teams because at the start of the game, it just looked like Heights was the better team, which they were. I believe they were, 10-1 going into that game, if I'm not mistaken, David?
Yes.
They were 10-1. They were flying high. But Harker Heights jumped to a comfortable, I want to say 12-point lead, and it looked like they were just coasting their way. But I knew, and I said, as I was there, I said, Chaparral's going to make their run. They're going to make their run, and they're going to send this to overtime, or they're going to win this game. And right on cue, Damani Mays hits a three that sends the crowd into an electric shock. Like, when I tell you he hit that three, like, everybody stood up as it was in the air. And the moment we seen it go through the net, bro, oh my gosh.
But people don't know, that was a doubleheader. There was the girls and boys both played there.
Yes.
And the girls played La Vega, but we're going to talk about the girls later in the show, too.
Yes, that game was amazing. But you just got to tip your cap off to Harker Heights. They proved it. They were the better team from pretty much start to finish. They made the clutch plays. When it got sent to overtime, they made the clutch plays. I felt like in overtime, Chaparral kind of got away from what was working, and they started having sloppy turnovers, just miscommunication. It looked like when
the experience.
Yeah, it just looked like on one play, Curtis Watson-Davis was trying to pass the ball to Mays or Carlos Robinson, and for whatever reason, it just went straight out of bounds, and they was looking around. It just like they was confused. It just like they were fatigued. I don't know if fatigue has something to do with it because they tried to make that comeback. I don't know, but David knows more than me about what could happen.
That's just what happens. Then the youth of this team shows. These are Curtis and Mays have been on the team. They're two starting varsity guys, but the class of 27 and they're juniors, and the rest of the guys really don't have no crazy varsity experience. So they're at varsity experience. They're extremely young, but they've been competing at a good level, man. Their record this year is 18-6, one of their best records in program history going into district play. So, but that's the key going into district play, and that's why I really wanted to start with the Harker Heights game. Chaparral is really, really, really young when it comes to varsity experience, but I think this team's going to blow this district up and make it messy, and it's going to come down to these big-time games. Last year, they went 0-6 against Ellison. They lost to Ellison twice, Belton twice, and Wicker University twice. I think they're going to get a couple wins in those 6 games. I think they may get 2 to 3 wins to shake this district up.
I think personally they'll win all their home games against those teams. So I think they're guaranteed to get 3. I guarantee. Now, what happens on the road, that's remain to be seen. But I think we'll let the chips fall where they may.
Now we can talk about, we'll transfer over and come back to this district in a minute. Shoemaker versus Harker Heights. That game was insane. That was a classic. I was in there in attendance for watching all those games. Shoemaker pulled it out 85-81 in overtime, man. Shoemaker was up the whole game. They actually got out to a 10-point lead, actually. If y'all know Harker Heights' philosophy, bro, they can stretch the floor and they can knock down shots, and they like to play fast. But for some reason, early in the game, Elijah Gibson, their star player, 1,000 points, by the way, was not touching the ball for some reason.
Why do you think that? Do you think it was a coaching decision, or maybe he was it a little injury that nobody?
No. The Shoemaker did trap him early, but it's just like sometimes he was clapping for the ball and the teammates was very late to give it to him. But I think that was the key. And he had to sit out. He got in foul trouble in the second half and had to sit out the third quarter basically, and didn't get back into the fourth quarter. And his presence was felt in the fourth quarter when he was going back and forth. But DeAnthony DJ Moore, 44 points in this game. I'm gonna just let that sit in for a little minute. He's on pace to have 2,000 points, man. No one I think has gotten to 2K points since Jamyron Keller, and Jamyron Keller is one of the best basketball players to come through Killeen, man. So DJ is really putting his name on the map, scoring, and they're 2-0 in district. But last year Shoemaker started off 4-0 in district, lost to the second round matchup against Harker Heights, and lost 2 out of their 3. The key is, will Shoemaker be able to run out and this week be able to beat Temple in Temple? If y'all don't know, Temple has some serious home court advantage, like serious home court advantage. I'm not going to lie to you. They got the lights popping like it's a college game. Their student section is always live. The crowd is live. It's going to be a packed environment. For sure.
I think Chaparral would beat the brakes out of Temple. I don't even think Temple's that good.
Oh, my God. Here comes his bias. Temple beat Ellison earlier in the year, too.
I think Chaparral's better than Ellison. But I think Ellison's a really great team. Don't get me wrong. But I think Chaparral might just be a little bit better than Ellison. I don't know.
So do you think they're we'll get back to that in a minute. Brandon's back onto his Chaparral stuff. But, Gio, what is your thoughts of what we just said so far?
You said Harker Heights versus Temple, right? Coming up.
No, Shoemaker versus Temple.
Oh, yeah,
It's
Shoemaker,
Friday
yeah.
in Temple.
Because that's what I was gonna say, right? I went to the Harker Heights and Temple game, and Temple's a good team. Their record, I don't think, shows like how good of a team they are. 'Cause what are they like? They were like 11-10 last I saw. I know they played a couple of games since then, but
Who, Temple?
yeah.
Yes.
And that just when I went to that game, look, the first half was complete domination by Temple. Harker Heights, they did good in the first quarter, second quarter. I don't think they scored a point. And if correct me if I'm wrong, maybe they scored 2, but they didn't. It went from like 13 points to 15 points. Temple was up like 30 to 15, and over the course of the game, Harker Heights came back and made it a game towards the end. Only lost by like 2, but I mean that's gonna be exciting. 2 teams that beat Harker Heights. I haven't seen Shoemaker play yet, so I can't make a prediction on it really, but I know Temple's a pretty good team.
Temple, but Temple can get real inconsistent at times. Temple also lost to Cove 60-39 in their first district game. So that's why I said but the key is they went into Harker Heights and beat them. Harker Heights going into the year, I'm not going to lie to you, money had them as the favorite. Now they've put themselves in a big hole, and I think they have to win out to get that district title back.
So you're telling me Temple, the team that lost to Cove by 21, was it on their home court or was it at Cove?
It was in Temple.
They lost by 21 in their home court, and you're telling me they can beat Shap. Man, come on, bro. They can't eat. Temple is overrated.
Temple actually lost to Chaparral earlier in the season.
Really?
But this is what I'm saying. Temple can get real inconsistent at times. Then the next game on that Friday, they went. But look, at Chaparral, they weren't at home. When they came back home, they beat Belton 73-65 in an electric packed game. So that's what I'm saying. When Temple is at home, they get plus 10 attributes. I'm not gonna lie to you, just because home court advantage really helps them. It's like college football.
Do you think it's because of typical cliche thing people say role players play? Not saying there's no star player, but like just the role players and everybody in general plays better at home. Do you think
they get up for those games because the crowd's behind them, the community comes out and watch. If you don't know, Temple football games are packed every week, so they support the basketball program just like that. We're not downplaying them. They're just saying they get up for those home games, bro. Yeah. And then if you go back down, like in a neutral tournament, they lost to Waco University 64-51. So the key is, will Temple be able to be consistent with their play and lead out? They play Shoemaker away in their second half, but they got Shoemaker at home this week, and they play Killeen today. And Killeen is really big. This is my hot take. Killeen is going to get that 4th spot in this district, and they're going to go to the playoffs.
I agree with that. You know what? I agree with that. I think Killeen, I feel like they're going to get back on track, which I think they kind of have recently. Last time I checked, I think they were winning a few games.
They beat Veterans Memorial, and then they went to Shoemaker in a competitive game. They lost 75-64, and they dropped to one. They shouldn't have dropped to Bryan 66-62, but they got Temple at home this week.
And Temple is very inconsistent, like you said. They're better at home, so that's a winnable game, very winnable game.
So I think Harker Heights and Shoemaker get those spots, and then I think Temple will get that last spot, get that 3rd spot. I think it's going to come down to this 4th spot between Cove, Midway, and Killeen. Killeen hasn't made the playoffs in years, bro.
You think this is the year they break through?
This is the year they break through. Coach Walt takes them to the playoffs for this first year. I think they really got this first half of district. They really got to make it easy for themselves going into this next one. They got Temple and Cove this week, which I think those are 2 winnable games for themselves. If y'all don't know, Trent Robinson has been balling. But also, I want to take a thing back up to non-district, man. We have a lot to talk about. This might be a little long episode, but Bro, they were in a back and forth game with Ellison. And this is at the point where Ellison was still ranked and still playing good basketball, bro. And that third quarter tripped them up a little bit, but they still competed at a high level. So I think they're going to be able to compete and really make this district shaky once again.
I agree, bro. I agree. Listen, I've told you from the start of the year, I'm a big fan of Killeen. They got my boy Willie Holsendorf and Nazir Duncan. And like you said, Trent Robinson is a dog. Listen, this is the year. I agree. This is the year. This is the year they finally get to the playoffs. Now, what they do in the playoffs will be determined. But I think they can compete. Now, the problem is with Killeen, they're very inconsistent, I think, just like Temple. Because you compete with Shoemaker and you compete with Ellison, but then you drop a home game that you shouldn't have lost, like you said, to Bryan. Now, it was a 4-point loss, but it's like you should have beaten Bryan. And in my opinion, not trying to shame on Bryan, but they're not a very good team. Bryan is just very, they're very inconsistent. So that's why I don't think Killeen should have lost that game.
But you know, it happens. Teams are going to lose games that they shouldn't lose every now and then. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while, I think, since the team has just been on it throughout the entire season.
That's just natural of sports.
Yeah.
It's just the nature. That happens in professional sports, collegiate. It happens everywhere. So you're right. That's just the nature of sports. Sometimes you just don't get up for certain games. You think you have it, or it just happens, or a team plays their hardest against you and everything works out perfectly for them. So
that's the thing about basketball. You got to have a heavy, good mindset going to every game, no matter what the record is, especially with the in-town games. But let's go over to the girls' side a little bit. We're going to end with District 5A because that district's going to be real competitive. The Shoemaker girls, man. Shoemaker girls, if y'all don't know, we had the KISD Classic over winter break, and they did pretty well. They beat Harker Heights twice within 3 days.
I seen that. I saw them posting about it. I didn't go to those games, but I seen them posting about it, and I saw that Chaparral did win both games. That was very huge for Shap. But Shap girls, I told y'all, they're tough too, man. We might win state in both sports for men and women.
Oh my God!
Listen, y'all can both hate Gio and David, but I'm calling the shots right now.
So let me tell you something. Shoemaker is on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 7-1 over their last couple games, and I think they're gonna breeze through this district. They got Harker Heights on Tuesday, January 27th. I think that's the only game they might drop. I think they're gonna end this very strong. But let's talk about Chaparral for a minute. Chaparral has number 7 Lake Belton in their district.
Is it at home or is it
They both get their each respective home games. I think they have to split to win that district, and winning district in Killeen is very, very crucial.
Listen, I know Lake Belton. Actually, Lake Belton, I've heard about Lake Belton. Their women's basketball team is very good over there. Very good. Shout out to them. But listen, Chaparral, they're going to be ready for anything. You can put them against anybody, and I believe they have a shot. You said it's on both of their home courts respectively.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I think they need to split, and that is what I think they will do. Like you said, it's hard to beat a really good team twice. It's going to be hard for either of these teams to beat each other twice, especially knowing that the other one will be on the other's home court. So I think they'll split. I think each team will win their home game, but I think Coach Graham can get them ready.
I definitely think so too, but I think Lake Belton has a little bit too much. I think Lake Belton's going to win this district, and Chaparral is going to get second.
You think they sweep Chap?
I do. Their strength of schedule is a lot tougher. They've been competing against really good teams. I think they pull it out, man. They just played Judson in a great game. But the key is when it comes to girls basketball, the little things matter. If you watch college basketball, the really little things can cost a team a Final Four shot. Imagine if you drop down one level to high school. The little things really matter. Lake Belton's not going to turn the ball over a lot. You have to turn them over, and they can spread the floor and shoot the basketball. Now, don't get me wrong. You still got girls like Kiki, Demaya Spurl, Taylor, and Tori Hines. They got some guys who can make this game tricky, but I think Lake Belton sweeps, and Lake Belton wins that district. That's my prediction.
I think it'll come down to when they do miss, take advantage of those opportunities. You're not going to get a lot of them. So make sure you get your rebounds, get your boards.
That's a
bring it down.
Key point to the games, you're right there, because they're very good at shooting. When they do turn the ball over, when they do miss, can you capitalize on opportunities? Exactly. And David, one question: who plays at home first? Is it Chaparral or Lake Belton?
Lake Belton.
Wow. Well,
y'all should see Brandon's face right now. He's shook.
Gosh. I don't want to make no predictions, but I do not think it's gonna go the way I expect it to. But I think the second go around at Chaparral's home court will go the way I expect it to. So I think they split. That's just my prediction.
Yeah, my prediction for the 6A1 Shoemaker wins that district comfortably. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they might have one loss to Harker Heights, but other than that, I think they win pretty comfortably.
For girls?
Yes.
Okay.
Now over to the boys' side of this District 5A. I want to take it back. When Shoemaker was 5A, it was Shoemaker, Belton, Ellison, and Waco University. That was probably the toughest district I've seen with my own eyes being born. That district literally came down to the big games and who can execute the most. I think it's going to be very similar. Waco University is 13-6. This team's going to be physical. They're going to make the game sloppy. It's going to be low scoring, and they can guard. Guys to look out for that team is Jeremiah Green, lead senior guard. He can really score with the basketball. He's real athletic, too. Keandre Brooks was a part of that team last year when they took Ellison to 3 overtimes in the playoffs. And Justin Neal, their big man. So that's a team to look out for, man. They have not beaten Ellison when they've been in that district. Ellison has beat them every single time. University always kept it close, but Coach Jones always finds a way to execute and put the game away. Now for Belton. Belton is 20-4, one of their best records since having Trap Johnson. Last year was a down year. They've got guys now, but they're similar to Harker Heights. They like to play fast. They don't play zone like Harker Heights. They play a little bit of man. They mix in a little bit of zone, but they like to play fast and shoot the basketball. They have guys like Jaden Loggins, Ty Johnson, Noah Chandler's a 1K points guy right there. So that's their lead guy. And they got juniors, senior bigs, all types of stuff. So that's, I think, a team they lost to Temple, but I think this is a team they can really shake this district up to. Now the defending district champs, who have won district, 3 years in a row. Coming off losing 3-star JoJo McIver has really shown, and I think Brandon can agree with that. His presence is definitely felt as that lead guy. Since 2023, Ellison has only lost 18 games over that stretch up until this year. This year, the Eagles have lost 10. But I'll also bring up another stat. Since, I believe, 2020, they are 53-3 at home. And they have not lost at home this year either. So that really comes into a play. Can one of these teams split or sweep, go into Ellison territory and beat them for the first time in a very long time?
I think Chaparral can do it.
Oh my God.
Listen,
Here we go.
listen. I don't know how many times I gotta say this. Like, he knew what my answer was gonna be. Now, you did say, I mean, not mistaken, Belton is 20-4 right now.
Yes.
Now, they have a good team, but I think Chaparral's better than them, and I think Chaparral can be the one team that will take over and dethrone the Eagles. That's the one team that I think can do it.
Dethrone the Eagles.
Take the crown, snatch it.
Do you snatch it like they're going to be the top dogs?
Yes, that's what
Ellison has been the top dog since my dad was in high school. Are you sure about that?
Listen, Ellison's a great team. I think both teams are fantastic. I still, like, if I had to bet my house on it, I'll probably pick Ellison. but
I was about to say. I thought I was gonna say Shaq.
But listen, I think Chaparral's gonna get this done. I think Chaparral can do it. I think they can get back they can take what's rightfully theirs. That's all I gotta say.
See, look, if I had to pick between any of them, I say Lake Belton, but
Lake Belton?
yeah. But look, man, once you get
Wow,
into
Lake.
district play,
I think that Lake Belton has a good record, man. This is one of their best records they've had in a while since opening and go.
What a sneaky pick, Gio. Okay.
But look,
They're 19-5.
But look, I was gonna say, once you get into district play, it's a whole nother level. You know, you can play a certain way before district, and it can kind of sometimes show what it's gonna be like when you enter district. But once you go into district play, it's another level, man. So they might come out here and times 2.
Stakes get higher intensity.
Yep.
Up and so you're right.
Now to Chaparral. I think this is the team that's going to shake this whole district up. I think it's going to be, I want to say a dark horse, but a dark horse as in that's going to take a game that might that be the team that's the favorite and shake this whole district up. They went 0-6, like I said earlier in the show. against them. I think what Brandon said. I think they might take 2 of those games. I don't know what teams they're going to take it from, but I think they could take at least 2 of those games, shake the district up. But Brandon has his. We went over our predictions, so I'm gonna let Brandon take his predictions before we get into the game of the week.
And number 1 for 5A district, my prediction for number 1 is Chaparral Bobcats.
Who would have thought of that? Y'all surprised that
this
came?
team is ready. It's destined to really. It's destined to really do something, man. I tell you what, it's time. It's time, Gio and Dave. It's time for them to get that state championship.
State championship.
Yes. Ellison, I have Ellison at number 2. Listen, I know they've been a little wishy-washy this year, but like David said, since 2020, they've been 53-3 at home. And they're undefeated at home this year. For like the past, 2 years they've been undefeated at home?
Past 4 years they've been undefeated at home.
Come on, man. Like I got to respect that at some level, right? But I still think Chaparral's the better team. Now, number 3, I have Waco U. Listen, I mean, Waco U is tough in my opinion. Listen, I don't know much.
Tough physical, right?
I don't know much about them, but I did see them, and their record's pretty decent, so I'm going to go with them. And I think they can shake up the district. Now, at number 4 and 5, I was kind of wishy-washy between Belton and Lake Belton because both of them are pretty decent. But I gave the edge to Belton. I think Belton's a little bit better. I think they can shoot the 3 ball pretty well.
Do you think why was it close to put them at 4 or 5? Was it not close with 3 and 4 with University and Belton? Yeah. What was the discrepancy there?
I don't know much. I've only seen few little about them, so I'm not gonna say I know so much. But I'm gonna be honest. I think University can just shoot the ball better than both of them, just slightly. Although I think Lake Belton can shoot the lights out. But I think Belton's a little bit more physical, in my opinion. I think they're just a little more physical, and I like defense and grittiness. That's me. And at number 6, I have Waco. I mean, guys, listen. Waco's they're a good team. They're pretty talented, but I don't know. I just don't know. I think there's something missing to that team. I don't know if it's a player or just something's missing about that team. That's what I think.
No. For my predictions, Gio will go last. I think we're going to have co-district champs. I'm not going to lie to you. I think this district's tough to predict. I'm not going to lie to you. It's really tough to predict. Ellison is the defending 3-time, so I think they're the favorite so far. But I think as of right now, this is my predictions right now on how I think district play is going to start. Ellison plays Waco U this Friday, by the way, in Waco U. So that's going to start everything. I think I'm from Ellison with this young, experienced squad, other than the 4, Jacob, Sean, Chandler, and Bass. I think you really have to get those young guys and really build off this win against Yankee University, right? Right, Brendan, to make the second half of district a little bit easier for the young, inexperienced guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, at Ellison. Because me and you talked about that a lot before the year, that Ellison losing a couple guys, especially mainly JoJo McIver, that could really hurt them, especially with inexperience. We thought that was going to hurt them against Shoemaker, but, hey, they won that game.
My rankings going into district play right now. This is not my predictions. This is my rankings. I have Belton, Ellison, University, Shap, Lake Belton, and Waco. Brandon's not going to really like that Shap ranking, but
see, that's just disrespectful.
I think Belton's going to be able to beat Ellison at home. If y'all don't know, for some reason, Ellison is just not in the past years against Trap Johnson and the big guys. They have just not played well against in that facility. I've watched it with my own eyes. Ellison is Ellison. The standard is the standard with Coach Jones in that program. So you can never count them out. They're always going to be at the top. And University, man, they're always sneaky. But can they get over the hump and beat Ellison in district play? Is that the question? And will they not lose to any other team they're not supposed to? Shap, like I said, I think they're going to shake this district up. But I still think they get that 4th spot. Then Lake Belton and then Waco. Yeah, man. Those are our predictions. The game of the weeks to look for 5A is Ellison versus University, and then Temple versus Killeen.
All right, yeah. I'll give you my top 3. For the most part, it's kind of like David. Top 2, Belton and Ellison. I got Ellison over Belton, just because I don't think they're gonna lose at home. I think they're gonna.
Good point.
I think they're gonna.
At home, yeah.
Like I said, once district comes, it's a whole nother level. I think Ellison's gonna take that. I swapped University and Shap, so I got Shap at 3, University at 4. Just because I don't know, I feel like it's their time. You know,
Lord have mercy.
that's just me.
Brandon has
Maybe
brainwashing.
Brandon's like wearing off on me. Or
That's-
something.
that's what I'm
Brandon,
saying.
guys, Brandon, the brainwashing has begun.
Gio gets it, bro. Like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's time. And maybe they don't get number one, but they're definitely top 3 material. You see what I'm saying? Like, thank you, Gio.
Yeah, that's.
All
my
right,
top
man.
3.
Remember, go to a game, pack the stands. This district plays for both districts. For boys and girls, are going to come down and be great basketball. So, go watch the team, man. That's all I got.
Brandon, you got anything?
Nope.
All right, I don't got anything. That's a wrap on today's episode of My 95.1 Sports Zone, and we'll see you next week.